Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm reading for Leo energy and it's for Friday. I hope I'm getting the days right. Why do I feel like I'm getting mixed up on the days? That could be a thing for somebody. Perhaps you feel like you're a day ahead or behind. That can sometimes happen. So lovely Leos, how's it going? How are you doing? I hope you're all feeling good. And those of you who are not Leos but who are watching this a set of like collective readings to kind of get like a story a day. Hi, thank you for kind of watching along. I am seeing this unraveling of the story, so it really feels like collective messages that are being filtered through the different signs. So I'm back to using 5 Collect Baron Reed decks and the Sacred Forest deck. So if you want any of these, that's where you can start looking for them. And yeah, let's kind of see. Hang on, there's something to the side here. So these cards I've just noticed, and I didn't notice earlier, but I've noticed now, these have flipped and gone back into the deck. So if any of these are relevant for you, that may be why they're kind of showing themselves now. So we have Seahorse Spirit, Watch and Wait, number 53. Vulture Spirit, Nothing is Wasted, number 63. Sorry about background noises. I live in quite a busy area and it's very warm. You can see the sun coming in here, and yeah, it's just a busy time of day. There's gonna be background noise. I'm sorry. Yeah, Nothing is Wasted. Wasp Spirit, Sometimes Life Stings, 64. So any of those could be relevant to you. Perhaps, I don't know, not wishing this on anyone, but perhaps you've recently experienced a wasp sting or there's a wasp flying around, those kind of things. So watch out for those creatures. They could be indicators for you from spirit. I swear there hasn't been this much traffic until I started recording. So when I started channeling and just seeing what I could intuitively pick up for you, I got a lot of this gold energy that's coming through. I'm getting a lot of like white and gold. Now, if you haven't watched any of the other readings, the white is coming through as kind of like pure potential energy or pure creation energy. So it's like the white is the both part. It's kind of like magician energy, so it's both symbolizing different parts of manifestation energy. The white symbolizing like the pure intentions, the pure ideas. It's like the roots of creation, and then the gold is acting as kind of like a surface level or a covering energy, and it talks about tangible things, so like real tangible objects that we can hold. So the white is kind of more spiritual and not something you can touch. It's kind of like pure white light energy, and then the gold is coming through more like the actual things. I'm so sorry guys, the actual things in our environment that we can touch and feel and work with, right? So it's like getting an idea, like the magician card, getting an idea, but then actually having, excuse me, oh, I'm going to shut the door because there's a car that's parked right outside with its music blasting. Why is it whenever I decide to record, everything gets noisy? Right, so, what was I saying? That's so frustrating. Trying to get back into it. So, yeah, having the tangible tools to make something a reality is the way that that's coming through. Now, the other thing, so I was channeling this kind of gold energy, like this, and it was coming through like, similar to Cancer's reading where it's like I was made of stars. Now I was kind of made of this like gold dust, like gold light energy. I just saw 333 on the timestamp. And then later on that day, somebody showed me this image without me mentioning what I'd been channeling. Somebody showed me this image. Let me just see if I can kind of get this on the screen. It was an image somebody had took of a sunset, and it kind of looks like this gold angel. So it was just so funny to me because this happens to me all the time. I channel stuff and then it actually shows up in my reality. So whether that's a message for you in your reading, and I do feel like it is, or if it's a message for me personally, maybe I'm just channeling random stuff. I don't know. But what else did I get? And there's something about the back. So I was really drawn to like the center of my back, and I had this kind of like, it was like I had gold wings, right? And I'm not saying I'm an angel or anything like that. It's just how they tell me stuff is sometimes by touching, and like it's almost like overlaying me with imagery, and that's how I get the intuitive messages. It's hard to explain. But then again, it showed up in your reading because this pig has angel wings, like these gold angel wings. So it's so funny that it actually showed up in your reading like this. I'm sorry, it's really hard to see the camera because it's so bright outside. So yeah, it's I love that though. I love when I channel things and I think, what's this about? Should I even tell them? And then it actually plays out either in the cards or in real life. Even this butterfly has gold wings. Like, there's a lot of butterflies in tarot decks, but like you can see here, this one has red wings, right? So it's just funny to me how things show up like that. Okay, so what I'm seeing happening for you, I need to give you a bit of background information because it is a collective message and it is kind of a continuation of the story that I have so far from reading the other signs. So it's like things that happen in the world and people perceiving it differently is the way it's coming through. So in Cancer's reading, they were very, very focused on a task and they were really working with this kind of manifestation energy, which is showing here in the underlying for you. It also came through in Aries' reading of this like it's like magician energy, like working with, can you see these gold beams? Like working with this gold, working with actual matter, like actual tangible things in your environment that you can work with and do stuff with and make things. So like clay, for example, or maybe you are working with like gold leaf or something, I don't know. But Cancer was very, very focused on trying to use this light energy, almost like a laser, to reveal something that they were having trouble seeing. And as they were doing this, it's like something broke through their kind of hyper focus or broke through their laser beam, like, and it came through almost like, if you imagine, I can kind of show you, like, look at this here, like, so if this was the laser beam of Cancer, it's like this light coming through it, and like, I mean, it's not going to do it very well, but you imagine like the light refracting into all the different colours, like the rainbow colours. It kind of has happened a little bit, but it is quite hard to see. So it's like it's suddenly passing through and breaking through that kind of light and refracting. I'm just trying to make it do it, like refracting all these colours and it being very, very eye-catching light, right? Very shocking, very eye-catching, very colourful. And your reading is kind of starting with the same events. So the arrow for me is talking about this thing that's flying through, right? A very, very fast moving energy that kind of breaks everybody's focus. Everybody goes, what was that, you know? And it could be like a wasp suddenly flying past your vision and you're thinking, what was that kind of thing? It is coming through as something that's flying. It was like a bird in that reading. So you can see as well, they've got all these little colourful feathers on this arrow. So it is talking to me about this energy that flew through, right? If a bird, a cat that just darts through the room, something like this. And I'm connecting it with this. So this character today in your reading is representing the character that was kind of in Cancer's reading because it was something that was trying to hide. It's like it was camouflaging, it was hiding. And you can see it has got these kind of like rainbow colours to it. So it's like, it's almost like, imagine like a cat kind of running through your paint and scattering your paint everywhere, and then you shouting at it so it runs and hides, or a dog, right? It knows it's done something naughty, so it's like trying to hide from you or trying to hide from somebody or something, right? And it could be a spirit, it could be, I'll get to that in a second. So here it's like when this happened, when this arrow came through, it's like, and this is going to be the kind of out there version of it, but we'll bring it back down to reality potentially. So it's like when this arrow went through, it actually tore open the veil between worlds. So the way it's coming through is like our reality, right? Our tangible reality represented by the gold energy, the things we can touch and feel and work with, the things we can perceive when we're in the physical body, and then the kind of the things that are beyond the veil, right? The night sky, the spirit realm. And it's like when this tear happened because of this clumsy, chaotic, fast-moving energy, it's what's on the other side. It kind of opened up a portal, is the way I'm seeing it. So it's like what was on the other side started to come through. Can you see? So then it's like maybe this is something that happened in the world. Maybe something happened in the world that caused a rip in the fabric of reality, and it caused, I don't know, our intuition to get higher. Maybe we were, because this is the ghost dance, right? Maybe the ghosts were able to, or spirits, or whatever you want to call it, the things that are on the other side, right? Even the subconscious could have got more active. So it's like it came through, it seeped through. So it's like maybe having a visit, right? Maybe having a visit from one of these creatures from the other side is the way it's coming through. It is coming through. This card says repairing the veil and forgiveness. So I want to say for some of you, you may kind of feel like you've been visited by some sort of ancestor, a grandparent, something like that. And you may have found, you know, either they've forgiven you or you've forgiven them, or you've forgiven yourself for, I don't know, the way things turned out in the past. It could be something like that. But it does feel like there's something healing in this for some of you. Okay, what next? So then we go to this mindful and group think card. So it could be that you're being particularly mindful right now. It could be that you're doing meditation practices and things like this, and mindfulness and wellness. But I'm more seeing it, especially because you have this field of dreams with all these characters here as well. I'm seeing it as a collaboration or a shared consciousness, right? So the way it's coming through is you may have had, when this event happened, when this thing happened, you may have had some kind of huge spiritual download. So if you're like me, if you receive signs and messages and you know, intuitive hits, it could be that you received a lot all at once. Like it was like because the veil was, it's not even that the veil was thin, right? It's that the veil was torn apart so everything could come through freely. So it's like you suddenly got kind of all the information at once, like a mega download, a mega hit. And you can even see here in this top corner, if I just move so I can see it myself, there's even the cat that's been coming through in a couple of readings that's kind of chasing this creature. I remember saying in one of the readings as well, because I'm getting reoccurring messages, it's kind of like the same characters keep coming out in each reading. I'm going to open my window again, excuse me. So yeah, it's this cat character. I remember talking in, it could have been Sagittarius last week, is the first time I remember it coming through, and I was talking about how animals can perceive things that we can't perceive, right? So it's like dogs have a greater sense of smell, you know, owls have a better sense, better eyesight, you know, so some creatures can perceive more colours than other creatures. Some creatures can smell better than, I mean, I think probably a lot of people smell better than me at the moment. So I'm very warm. And yeah, but some people have a better sense of smell. And I guess some people have a better sixth sense than others as well. So you do sometimes find like cats will be staring at a corner or staring at a wall when there's nothing there. Or like acting like they're chasing something and there's nothing there. And it's like, what are they chasing? So it could be that they perceive something that we aren't capable of perceiving, right? And it could be a ghost, it could be a spirit, it could just be some kind of trick of the light that is beyond our sensory perceptions. But it does feel like this cat energy, which is coming through, this chaotic kind of muse, fun energy, has just been chasing this winged animal almost like throughout everybody's reading, and it's like still doing it, it's still chasing that moth, that bird, up there with all this gold light around it as well. You see, it's like that's where the gold light's coming through, and then it's coming through in little spots as well. So the gold light is representing, to me, it was coming through as almost like gold dust that you can mold and work with, right? So it's something tangible like clay, but rather than it being like clay, it's more it's much finer, it's much more heavenly, almost, is the way it's coming through, even though it's something, it's representing things that are in our reality, right? The gold, if you think of it as like pentacles, like the gold energy is representing like pentacle energy in the tarot, which is like real grounded earthy stuff, like actual tangible physical things. So yeah, so it feels like you got a lot of information, you got access to something, because you then have, so not only do you have groupthink with this like sudden like downloads, this all this intuition or this sudden knowledge, right? It feels like an awakening sort of thing, or a sudden realization, or a sudden awareness that maybe you could even read minds or something like that, if I was going to take it out quite far. So it's like, use your mind wisely. You have been given some sort of gift, or you have been given some sort of access to something that perhaps you shouldn't have had access to, right? You were, when this accident happened, you did capture a glimpse of what was behind the veil, like something that perhaps you wouldn't normally have access to. So it's like secret information. So it's like, use your mind wisely, right? Don't abuse this power, is the way it's coming through, because you actually do have this dragon card here with power. It's like, try not to abuse your power, right? And it could be that this happened a long time ago for you, or it's happened before, because what I'm seeing here with all this gold energy, and remember how I was saying, like, the gold energy is like the stuff we work with, right? The stuff that we have access to on this side of the veil. And it's like somebody's been working very hard. Somebody's very good at this, because we do have this 9 of earth energy here. And she's actually, you can see she's kind of got it in her hands. She's got that gold dust in her hands. So it's like somebody knows how to do this stuff. They know how to work with, maybe they're good with money, maybe they know how to build things, maybe they know how to be very grounded and make things grow, you know, like good at gardening, that sort of thing. But it's like this very Queen of Pentacles almost, but this like a single Queen of Pentacles, like earthbound, nurturing, stable, productive energy, has been doing very well. It's like they've built this structure, is the way it's coming through. It could be also like somebody's out wandering in the woods and they've stumbled across this structure, but I'm not sure, because the gold is telling me it's like earthy. But then all this light that's coming down here, and it is a card about enlightenment. Again, it really feels like somebody's mind has opened up. Like, you know, the ripping, the reality is allowing your mind to, your sixth sense to awaken, if you like. So yeah, it's like it's almost like as this tear happens in the sky, as the sky parts, excuse me a second, okay, just letting it go past. So as the sky parts, as this pure creation energy falls down, right, it rains down, either you or this person, right, flip it and reverse it if needs be, this person, this kind of Queen of Pentacles like figure, had enough common sense to save some. It's like she got a cup, so say it's like raining down, she had enough sense to get a cup out and capture some of this, you know, she saved some of this. So I don't know, saving up knowledge, or you know, like, oh, it's almost like, you know, when there's you know, a lorry, the back of a lorry blows off it on the motorway or on a road, and like all the content spills out, and it's like your favorite biscuits, right? So it's like everybody runs and grabs a packet of biscuits. It's that kind of energy. It's like there's an opportunity here, or I don't know, a suitcase full of money blows open, and it's like blowing around in the wind, like you just grab what you can, right, when you can. So it's like she had enough, it's like something in a heart holder, perhaps something in a heart holder. Get some of this and maybe use it, because it's a cup. It's like, maybe again, it could have been intuitively get some of this, or you did it because of a heart-based reason. You did it because like almost like a pure good reason is the way it's coming through. And again, it's like almost like this rip, this tear is opening up a new passageway. It's giving you access not only to the things in your reality that are at your disposal, right? So things like money, or resources, or I don't know, food, or like literal bricks, right? Literal bricks to build something. It's also allowing you access to the pure, unfiltered, higher mind energy of inspiration and creativity, and like, it's like the higher, so not just the earthy creation tools, but also the higher, it's like kind of celestial, almost like godlike creation tools. You now have a piece of that. You now have knowledge of that. You now have access to that because of whatever this opening was. So it does feel like either use this wisely, or you have used it wisely, because what I'm seeing is, as a result of this, it's like wherever these raindrops of creation landed, it's almost like fertilized the earth. So it's coming through with this rapid growth, like abundant, like huge amount of growth. So you can see here, particularly these toadstools are enormous. So it's almost like it could be some kind of idea is sparked in your mind, some kind of intuitive hit, or some kind of just something within you that speaks to you and says, I should really invest in that opportunity. And then you do, and it pays off, but it doesn't just pay off, you know, what you expected. It's like it pays off double what you expected is the way it's coming through, because we have like 11 here, and then we have 22 here, and then we have 44 here. So it's like whatever this initial investment was, like the seeds that were planted, right? It's like it's doubled and then doubled again is the way it's coming through. So it's been very, very profitable for whoever this is that I'm talking about, right? But I want to say that when this event happened, when this access point became available and this knowledge started to seep out, because it's groupthink, it's like it's not just you that got that download. It's not just you that got that information or that resource, right? That celestial resource. Other people did as well. So it's like, here's that same energy here. So you see this kind of silvery energy that's coming down. It's like it sprinkled on you and made your mushrooms grow, but it also sprinkled on this little group of fairies, right, who also had like dreams and things that they wanted to do. And they also saw the results of it, because normally I see these as like tiny fairies sitting on normal size eggs, but today I'm seeing it as like human-sized fairies sitting on enormous eggs. It's like the eggs grew massive. So you could be talking about like nest egg as well. Like whatever blessing hit this person, it also hit others, is the way it's being shown to me. So it's everybody kind of benefited from it, or everybody that it touched benefited from it in quite a big way. However, this person here, and I am reading this as you, so do flip it and reverse it if needs be. It's like you used your mind wisely. You had enough common sense, or you had the instinct not only to allow it to fall on, you know, your garden and have your garden grow abundantly, you also had enough common sense to kind of put out the cups and save some for later, right? So you've got access still, where everybody else, it's like it was a one-time thing. I want to say that this cup is still available to you to take a sip from whenever you need more creation energy. It's like your power was awoken in some sort of way. Now, the message kind of changes here. This is where the reading kind of lost me slightly, because okay, so it's one person here can now see things that they couldn't before, is the way it's coming through, because I was really confused about this card here, this unmarked trail and revelation. And again, you've got, look at the language, revelation, enlightenment, power, use your mind wisely, truth. So it really is coming through with great power comes great responsibility, you know, and information is power, all these kinds of things. So do just be careful. There is a bit of a warning in the cards with that. But I didn't know what this was telling me at first, and I was really, really focused on the green part of this card. So this this maze and this almost like a stack of rocks or some kind of like bush, and I was really looking at this and thinking, what is this trying to tell me? And then I kind of realized it's not about the things, right? And this is the gift, this is the power, I want to say. So it's where everybody else is preoccupied by the gold energy and the tangible things and the things that are kind of, you know, part of our reality, part of our 3D tangible earthbound world, right? The goals, the earth, the stuff, the buildings. It's this ability has been awoken, I want to say, where you look, you can see beyond it. You can see the things beyond, or you can see the things that are hidden now. It's like you can see the spirits, right? You've got a better field of vision for this. So it's like you're not even supposed to, or if you change your focus, a bit like a magic eye painting, right? You can actually see almost like this light energy that's behind, and it's very kind of foggy. It's almost like that's the spirit energy, that's the ghost dance card. It's not really about what's on earth, it's about what's beyond. It's about what's in the white energy, right? The spirit energy. And the same here. So, you know, naturally, I think our eyes are drawn to this building, but if you look behind, there's this light glowing, and there's this light going here. So it's like you can see beyond earthy things now. You've got that enlightenment, you've got that scope to see, to not be distracted by the shiny gold things, to not be too caught up in the earth. So going back to the story that's been coming through a little bit, definitely from Cancer's reading, I got a lot of messages through meditation about some of the characters, and in that meditation it was like I was in this role of this character who could almost camouflage or hide in different environments. So it has been coming through as Libra energy for quite a while, and I am a Libra, but it's like, I don't think it's a person is the way I'm going to say it. It feels more like I'm not saying it was the aliens, but maybe it's an alien or an angel or some kind of, I don't know, ghost space cat or something is the way it's coming through. I'm not sure, okay? It's coming through this kind of, it's something that we don't recognize. It's like, what is that thing? And it came through in Cancer's reading as a half human, half creature thing. So it's, in that meditation, I found myself, I was kind of playing in the sun is the way it was coming through. And I won't talk about that too much. If you want more of that, go to Cancer's reading. But at one point, I felt like I was almost being trapped by the gold. So I purposely, almost like a rocket shipped my way out of there. I kind of flung, sprinted out like this arrow being fired, right? Like across space and out into deep space. And as I did so with such force, all the gold fell off me. It's like it fell away because I was moving at such speed. And then I was out in space, and it was like there was the meditation music I was listening to, it had a change, and there was a different tone in it, and the tone felt foreboding to me, and it gave me this feeling of like there's something in space with me, there's something almost like the Death Star rolling in, right? And it was like, I need to not draw attention to myself, I need to hide from this energy. It was the way it's coming through. So I kind of coated myself in stardust. I became, just letting those people go past a little bit. So I became the I became part of the galaxy itself. Like I blended in with that kind of night starry sky is the way it was coming through. And you can see that especially here, it's like barely perceptible, you know, it's very, very much kind of camouflaged or hidden, perhaps in some kind of water or something here, or just in the, like behind the veil or something, or it's like this creature knows how to hide is the way it's coming through. So it's not scary. This creature's not scary. This is the one that was hiding, not the threatening one. This is like a playful cat, right? Or like a little clown cat child energy. So, but it's got a reflex where it knows how to hide. Now, it's been coming through in different ways in different readings for a while. It comes through sometimes as like a lizard, like a chameleon, you know how they can kind of blend in with the background. And recently it's been coming through as an octopus, because if you've watched My Octopus Teacher, you know, you can see how they change colour and they disguise themselves very well in the environment. So what's happening in your reading is it's not only able to disguise itself in space or disguise itself in the sun, you know, hiding in the light, or hiding in the water. You know, it knows how to blend in blend in with its environment. So here it's coming through. And I want to say it's you, but not necessarily. It's like when it's on Earth, when it's perhaps in a human body, you know, living a human life on Earth, or perhaps when it's trying to blend in with humans, it uses the stuff as camouflage, right? Because it's living in the land of the gold, the land of the pentacles, it uses the pentacles to disguise itself. So very similar to if you've watched My Octopus Teacher, it kind of, sorry, loud noises. It actually, there's sharks and things in its environment. So when these sharks come in, it knows how to very, very quickly with all its arms just grab a load of stuff and go like this, right? It's like, oh, like that, a bit like the crab, you know, in Shiny from Moana. It just covers itself in rocks and whatever it can pick up and stick to itself, and it kind of tangles itself up in a little ball. And this is what she's doing, right? She's like disguised herself with her environment. She's like trying not to be noticed. And here as well, it's almost like, can you see how the card is almost all one color and there's all these pentacles, and so it's telling me the same thing. It's like she's making herself look like her environment. She's making herself look like rock, or she's making herself look like flowers, or she's making herself look like, again, to ground this in kind of like human terms, right, in a way where this might play out in your own personal life. It's somebody who's very good at it's like, I don't want to say acting human, because obviously this person would be human, but it's like almost like knowing how to work the insta-lie or something like that. It's all the other humans are dressing a certain way, so I'm going to dress that way. All of the humans are doing these certain things, so I'm going to do these things, right? So it's like blending in with what the other humans are doing, because all the humans are working with the 3D tangible real reality, the human reality. But then how I'm seeing this happening here is either you have the ability to see beyond the, it's almost like beyond the physical manifestation of this person or this energy, and see actually the spirit within, you know, the human, the soul within the body, or the energetic signature. You may be able to see auras or something like that. It's like you can see behind the disguise, behind the mask is the way it's coming through. It's like that's your power, to be able to actually see the source energy within the person. So you end with truth, and to me it's like this half-human creature thing, this octopus character, which again could be you, but I'm seeing it as you have the ability to perceive the truth of this. It's like perhaps you go wandering around the woods, right, and you've noticed this creature in the woods, and you've, like my octopus teacher, it's like you've noticed its behavior. So you've noticed it when you know, normally when you walk through its territory, it disguises itself, right? It covers itself up with this earthy matter. But it's like when you catch it unawares, when it doesn't, you know, when it doesn't realize it's being observed. You know, you're out in, you know, maybe you sat down, maybe you're having, you know, you sat down, you're just, you know, slightly hidden behind a tree, not in a creepy way, just like, you know, you thought, oh, that's a really nice scene, I'll sit down, I'll listen to the birds for a while, I'll eat my sandwich, and then because you're quiet, this creature doesn't realize you're there, and it kind of wanders in, and you see it without its disguise, you see it for its true nature. And I want to say the raven as well does communicate. It's the ravens and the crows, it's like they are a messenger of spirit. They do come to tell you the truth from beyond the veil. So it's like she's receiving a message from beyond the veil, and her crown chakra's all lit up, but she's completely, you see, it's like she's transparent, and the way like this gold aura is around her, it's almost like instead of camouflaging, instead of almost like magnetizing the gold to her as a defense mechanism, as a disguise, because the gold is like earthy tools of manifestation. It's like because she's relaxed, it's almost like it's not magnetized to her, it's just floating around her, it's an aurora. It's almost like it's been shed, like the stuff has been shed, and you're seeing the true creature, you know, the transparency, talking about truth. So again, just to kind of talk about this, which came through in Aries' reading, do go and watch Aries' reading, it's very interesting. It was about this creature who couldn't show itself, the collective message and Aries' message. It was like the creature in those readings was trying to show itself, it was trying to be seen, it was trying to be noticed, but it wasn't like the people weren't able to perceive it. So what ended up happening in Aries' reading is this creature came out from the white light and used the gold to create a human form. So it feels like the same thing. It feels like you're able to look at this energy, understand that the gold, perhaps it could be like the clothes that this person wears to blend in, or you know, the makeup, or you know, the way that they present themselves in the 3D world. It's like you can actually see their spirit. You can see that higher energy behind the mask, is the way it's coming through. It's like you've seen the truth of this person without the disguise. So that's kind of what I've got for you. I do have a couple of songs that clarified a few things. Oh, the pig also came through with a message of, it's like, imagine you had some kind of dream, something that you wanted, something you wished for yourself, and you said, that'll happen when pigs fly. It's like the pig is here as the sign. It's like, this is the flying pig, right? So if you thought that something wasn't possible, or you thought something wasn't going to happen, it's like you will receive a sign. It doesn't have to literally be a flying pig, but it's like you will receive the sign that you need from spirit to show you that yes, your dream is possible. It's like the flying pig is the confirmation. It's like, it feels like it will be like an event for you. It feels like it will be something significant happens. It's something unbelievable, but significant enough that when you see it, you know it's your flying pig, right? You know it's your confirmation that your dream is on the way. So yeah, it's a very cool reading. I'm really loving this style of reading. I might do another one if I'm not too tired after this set of 12. We'll see, because it's a lot harder for me to, it's a lot more time consuming for me to read this way. But I really, really enjoy it, so we'll kind of see. Yeah, the songs that came through for you then. So I got stuck here. I didn't understand what exactly it was trying to tell me. So I randomized a song for truth, and you got She's a Star by James. She's been in the skies forever. She's tried to disguise her stellar views, brighter than all this static, and now she's coming through. So it's really cool. I don't know, I really, really, really love it, because it does talk about the same thing that the reading's talking about. Maybe you know someone called James. The Nine of Pentacles and the toadstools. So yeah, that came through like the octopus. I also, what did I randomize for? She's a Star. I can't remember what I asked about. Oh no, that was your overview. That was help me understand the reading. Give me a song to help me understand the reading, the message that you want me to deliver. And you got She's a Star by James. She's brighter than all this static, and now she's coming through. It's like the static is the gold, right? The static is the material distractions in our tangible reality, and the star is this higher, like it could be like a literal person's higher self, right? The angel within, or something like this. So the truth card, I randomized a song for truth, and you got this by Ed Sheeran. This is the start of something beautiful. I love how the light's kind of shining on this area as well. Like the way that the light's shining through the window is so perfect for this reading. Then Power as well. I was a bit confused by Power, so I randomized a song for this, and you got Un Dia by J Balvin, Dua Lipa, Bad Bunny, and Tiny. So go and have a listen to those songs and see if there's anything in those songs that speaks to you. It gives you a little bit more understanding of what this reading is trying to say. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was interesting to you. Leave me a like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already, share with people. It really helps out the channel, all that stuff. Leave me a comment if anything resonated. Love to read the comments. Takes me a while to respond just because I have different, like specific devices that I use for tarot. So sometimes it takes me a while to actually respond to them, but I always read them. And yeah, remember the key message though of use your mind wisely, don't abuse your power, be smart with this enlightenment, this intuitive hit or intuitive downloads that you seem to be getting. Whatever it is that you have access to, be smart with it, right? Don't abuse your power, and be truthful. Do check out the description box down below where as I'm uploading your reading, I'm going to randomise you a couple more songs, so go and check those out. They may give you a bit more information. All right, take care, Leos. I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.